Support for this podcast is brought to you by our patrons over at patreon.com/Jeffrey Wedig.
This is Bradford Rogers from HowNotToSail.com podcast and YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast from theescapepods.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast brought to you by theescapepods.com. I'm your host, Captain Jeffrey Wedig. This episode is number 205. And it is middle of July 2026, and it is hot. It is hot and stormy and windy, which is good. I've gotten a couple day sails in since I spoke to you last. I apologize for the noise for the intro here. I'm in the car. It's kind of hard to find a quiet place in the house with the dogs running around, and Nora's posted up on the recliner with her foot popped up, still recovering from her foot surgery. And there's a guy mowing the grass down the street, and cars driving by, etc., etc. So I will make this quick. I just want to get it done. I was going to get this intro done on the boat over the weekend, but I ended up going sailing anyway instead. So I guess it'll all work out in the end. But yeah, July 3rd, I went down the day before the holiday. I had the day off, and I kind of treated it as a work day, but I just went to the boat instead. It's always a better day sailing than going to work. But it was a fun time because I got down there and I was surprised nobody was there. It was so hot. Literally, there was one guy mowing the grass, which I don't even understand. And then Brian Morgan was down. My buddy, he's got an O'Day 25. And we kind of looked at each other. I said, "Are you going out?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm going out too. So I'll see you out there." So we get out there, and of course, what happens when two sailboats show up in the same place, you start racing each other, and we were tacking each other down the bay, which was cool. It was kind of an extension of our cruise last fall. We were both headed up the Chester River towards Langford Bay, and we were kind of doing the same thing then. And it was kind of funny because he was crossing me at one point, and I'm like judging it, and I'm like, I needed to go further. So I was like, I can tack in front of him and ride that tack for a short time, but then I'm going to have to tack again and go further to make the point. And he was crossing me, so I decided to tack away from him, let him pass, and then tack behind him. And he took it as I was trying to avoid him, that I thought he was going to hit me or whatever. And he's like, I wasn't going to hit you. We were just going to be really close. And you didn't have to tack away. And I'm like, yeah, but I kind of had to because I had to make the mark. And like he ended up tacking way down the line to make the mark. And I was like, I just didn't want to do that. So anyway, we were in close proximity there for a little while. And then so this sail back at the beginning of July, it was great because it was hot as hell, but there was plenty of wind. Honestly, I didn't even really sweat at all being out on the water. It was fantastic. And, we just tacked each other down and up the river there northeast for like 3 hours. It was pretty cool. Good way to spend a day off, I would say. And then I did get one more sail in since then. I did go down, spend one night last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and did a short sail on Sunday, just jib sailed up and down the river just to get out. And then this past Sunday, I went back down, and Jim Charles was there working on First Light, and I convinced him to come sailing with me. So we went out, and it was actually really gusty this past weekend. Not quite as hot, but very gusty, though. Almost got knocked over a couple times, not flat, but whoa, what's happening? And Jim's a flat water sailor. He doesn't like being heeled over too far. And he's like, "Are you going to pop the main?" I'm like, "No, I'm just going to hold on and we'll get through it." So anyway, I've gotten a couple sales in. I did miss, they had a band down at Red Point where the cottages are. And I missed that one. And I don't know what happened on July 4th. People were all out on cruises and things, and I didn't get a chance to really meet up with anybody. So hopefully in August, when Nora's foot recovers better and she's able to put weight on it and walk around with a boot, I don't know about August, but we're definitely hoping she's ready by September so we can go on the fall cruise and whatnot. Anyhow, talking of racing, this episode we are talking to Mr. John Shafer, who runs the Ministry of Sailing. He's a former guest and all around, Annapolis guy. He's always around. And the Ministry Sailing is kind of like the standard bearer for training, safety training, sail training, that kind of thing. He worked with U.S. Sailing. He's a steward of the safety situations there. He abides by, he doesn't have opinions. He abides by the world sailing regulations and recommendations. That's all based on experience and fact. And he's written a book that's been bouncing around his head, I guess, for a couple years, and it's called Safety is Second. So me, coming from the industry world and manufacturing, our mantra was always safety first. And sometimes in sailing, you'll see like the phrase safety is third, but for him, safety is second. And that's only after creating a team, a cohesive team, like laying down the ground rules, the standing orders, so to speak. He comes from the military risk, like war zone risk assessment industry. I hate to say it's an industry, but that's what it is. So he's very well versed in all of these strategies to build a team, build processes, train up your crew, make an environment that's conducive to communication, all of these things that good people do in trying to be safe in dangerous situations. So, whether it's a war zone or you're going offshore racing or you're sailing down the bay or you're doing any kind of like extreme sports, anything that's going to put your life at risk or the risk of the lives of your crew at risk, this is the book for you. It's all about leadership. Again, setting these standing orders. It's not so much about gear, or that, like you said, that's all been done. That's all in writing at World Sailing. You can download those regs or standards. This is all about coming at being a leader on a crew, whether it's 2 or 12 people. Setting up these risk assessments, like the situations that you're going to get in, setting up these procedures ahead of time so you're not trying to think about it or you're not going to hesitate at the moment of truth when you have to act. It's all kind of ingrained in your head. And he talks about having examples of these risk assessments in the book and how to go about it. So it's very cool. Like I said, I'm going to keep this intro short. We were able to meet up at Pusser's Landing in Baltimore, at Lighthouse Point Marina there, having painkillers on the deck on a nice day in July. There's worse ways to spend a weekday evening. And he was gracious enough to drive up from Baltimore to meet up with me so we could sit down and do it in person. If you are a listener of the Bar Karate Sailing Podcast, he was just on with those guys talking all about this book. So head on over to ministryofsailing.com. He's got 3 books up there. This is his newest one. He's got another one, which is like regatta management for yacht clubs and organizations. So check that out. And anything sailing related, safety related. John Shafer is your guy. You're safer with Shafer, as he says. So look him up, find him. He's got Facebook groups. sailing, Chesapeake and racing, that kind of thing. He's all over the place. You can find him. He's not hard to find. He's good friends with Kate, Captain Boomies, and he's got a YouTube channel. You can check it out. He's got some really great safety-related videos. I actually ran into him in the wild a couple months back over at Anchors and Oars on the Eastern Shore there. He was looking for parts for some race boat that was in Bermuda, I think. He does deliveries. He's an active sailor, so he's always on a crew. He's always looking for people that want sail training. He will take you on some of these deliveries. Definitely check him out. He's a great guy. It was wonderful to hang out with him. So check it out. Everybody out there, head over to Facebook, to the Upper Chesapeake Bay Sailing Group, the Lower Chesapeake Bay Sailing Group, Sailing Chesapeake and Racers, all those Facebook groups. Find us at theescapepods.com. You can drop a comment on the video on YouTube, because this gets ported to YouTube. I don't know if it gets ported to Spotify. I'll have to check that out. But definitely go to theescapepods.com. You can email me at theescapepods@gmail.com. You can find us on Patreon. And we will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.
Pal of mine when I was 45. A bedraggled creature lucky just to count myself alive. Solid and disheveled and my pockets torn asunder. I sank beneath the street lamps full of wall-off chilling chunder. Here's to long goodbyes, boys, and here's to one another. Dearer to the heart and never nearer to the gutter. So grab your ass and oyster glass, and how the hell you been? To the wild winds of misfortune blow us back to town again. Hey!
All right.
I'm testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Testing. I'm here with Shafer.
Check baby 1 2
Check
3.
1 2. Check 1 2. And everybody who's everybody, if I just say Shafer, knows who I'm talking about, right?
You're safer with Shafer.
You are safer with Shafer. There you go. So yes, Mr. John Shafer, former guest on the podcast, friend of the podcast, sailing racer extraordinaire.
I go both ways.
You go both ways. You cruise too.
Yeah.
Do you live aboard or not?
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Depends on the day. It depends where you're at. Depends whose boat you're on.
Exactly.
But anyway, local here to the Baltimore area, but known worldwide. And you are an authority. And if you weren't an authority, now you're an authority.
There you go.
In safety at sea, safety on boats. And you've written a book about it.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Safety is second.
Second. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Safety is second. I love it. A little alliteration. I know in a lot of the trades, a lot of guys joke safety is third, but it doesn't sound as good as safety is second, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that term has been bandied about between your circles and like Captain Boomy's circles.
Oh, yeah.
So this is something that you've been considering and have had been part of your kind of methodology for a long time, it seems like.
Yeah, my career in risk management really,
Right.
translates well into managing risk on boats, right?
Yeah.
So we used to always have a saying after our safety briefings, like in the war zones of the world.
Yeah.
The last phrase was, "All right, guys, now try not to die."
Try not to die, exactly.
Exactly.
And that's your catchfacphrase, because
Yeah,
you got the
yeah.
sticker right on
there
your
we go. Try
right
not
on
to
your
die,
bag.
yeah.
That's right.
As you would imagine, would you believe that's never been copyrighted?
Yeah, really? I think
Up until now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Try not to die. I need a hat. You got hats?
I got one. I got one in the truck for you.
All right. Sounds good. So, yeah, like I said, we've been kind of around the same scene here for a little while. In fact, I ran into you over at Anchors and Oars kind of just off the cuff a couple months ago.
Yeah.
You were looking for, what, an oil cooler or something?
What was I
like
looking
that?
for? I was looking for Yeah, an
something
oil cooler
for Bermuda.
Yeah, there was like a Bermuda '63 pilot house. We need an oil cooler.
Yeah, right. I need it now.
I'll see what's around.
Yeah, exactly. Did you find one over there?
Somebody found one. They didn't have one.
They didn't have one. Okay.
Well, they had them. They wouldn't sell them to me.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was. We were like kind of tooling around some of those motors up in the racks and underneath tarps and all that crazy stuff.
That place is a hazard.
It is a hazard. They do have a thing if you need it, though. Most of the time, I've gone over there and found, and not even things I'm looking for, but I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's definitely, they have the stuff, man. It's there. But the book, Safety is Second. The whole principle and the precipice behind it is that you don't have safety on a boat without leadership, without teamwork,
right,
and definitely without assessments.
Yeah.
And so I took my world of travel and all the war zones since like 1992.
Right, yeah.
And really, really applied it into sailing for couples, sailing for teams, cruisers,
right,
and just a methodology on how to be a good leader and make assessments and manage the risk.
Yeah, because I was surprised when I first got into sailing. You have your basic whatever, your power squadron safety class or whatever. Now I think most of those are just online. Like, what are they even really teaching you?
Well, that's a really good point. You take your ASA 101 to 1001, right?
Yeah.
And you buy a boat.
Right.
All right. And then, then you're going to go be the quarterback.
Right.
That's like buying a NFL football team and saying, well, I'm going to play quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You might want to practice a little.
Right. Or at least I don't know that they teach you basics of like flotation devices and things like that, but they don't really give you the methodology, and I think that's kind of where your book's coming in. Yeah. It gives you like a framework to really address it.
Yeah, you know what, there's a couple things. One of the things I think is important is to understanding that, you hear people talking on the dock, and it's like blowing 30 out there, right? And the guy's like, well, we sailed in 30 knots before, right?
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Well, that's only one element of a risk assessment.
Right.
Just the wind. Now, you didn't talk about the capability of your crew. You didn't talk about the viability of your boat.
Yep.
Because let me tell you something. I do a lot of deliveries. I've done about 10,000 miles just in the last year of deliveries, okay? And I get on the boat and I say, well, everything on this boat is going to break.
Yeah.
Something's going to break. It's broken,
Yeah.
There's the old saying, everything on the boat is broken. It just hasn't told you yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So you have to go prepared. You have to be ready to fix stuff. And like what, Captain Ron, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen out there.
That's true. Yep.
So much of that's true, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what this book does is it helps develop leaders. We try to erase the screamers on the boat.
Right.
Some of the principles are, on my boats, there's no shouting unless it's stop or watch out, a safety thing.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. There's no whispering.
Right.
Because, often you'll hear people on the rail like, well, I wouldn't be doing it this way.
Right.
You need to foster an environment if you're a skipper.
Yeah.
So people can say those things. Tell us why. Tell me your reasoning. Because it might make sense to you.
Yeah.
Because when people start whispering, then there's hesitation. Then there's dissension, and all that leads to not acting fast enough because people aren't thinking the right way,
right?
Or they're thinking differently, and then there's catastrophe because somebody didn't react fast enough.
Yeah. Or mutiny.
Yeah. That's why there's a knife in every cockpit.
There you go. But yeah, communication is key, and like you say, the captain is ultimately responsible, but a responsible captain will survey his crew as to what they
absolutely right
think.
Yeah. I think the responsible captains and the good skippers, they foster an environment that the person with the least experience can ask questions, that they can say, hey, this doesn't look right to me, or explain this to me. And we teach people how to talk. Take away the instructions on, hey, you might want to consider doing it this way, and instead of the response being, well, I know, the proper, well, if they knew, they wouldn't have done it to begin with. But,
right.
Maybe, all right, I understand, or show that to me again. And so every skipper is always in a training mode. And they set expectations, and by setting expectations, then they also manage the risk. And then everybody can do the same.
Yeah. So in theory, it is kind of like a quarterback leading his team.
Absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely right, yeah. I train a lot, and often you'll have the primary person who's stronger on the boat. Like the way I danced around that?
Yeah. It may not be the captain.
Yeah, well, that person's usually at the helm, right?
Yeah.
So, and everybody likes, I'm the captain now because they're standing behind the helm. Well, actually, that's the person who's standing behind the helm.
Right.
Their job is to turn the boat right.
Yeah. Or left.
Or go straight.
Exactly.
Now, in most instances, people do that every day when they're driving a car.
Yeah. Right.
But the mistakes that most people will make is when they start looking down and doing something else, because the brain can only do one thing at a time.
Right.
And when they start looking down, their hands freeze, and the boat's either heading up or it's heading down, or they don't see something coming because they're not driving the boat to the telltales, or their head's not up when they're steering. And because of that, they find themselves either heading up, getting into irons, or falling off and going twice as far, or jibing the boat unexpectedly. And so the primary person who's the strongest in the boat should actually be standing in the middle of the boat.
Right.
And, as the conductor of the orchestra, and conducting the orchestra.
Directing traffic.
Absolutely. Because they know the boat and everything else, and then coach other people.
Yeah. So what about, because you're talking about racing, but you're also talking about cruising couples.
Talking about sailing.
You're talking about sailing.
Cruisers are racers, too.
Right. Just if there's two boats out there, it's a race. You know what I mean? But say like shorthanded, like one or two people on the boat.
Yeah.
How's that differ from like a crew of 10 or 12?
Well, the difference between a crew of 2 and a crew of 10 is 8 people.
Right.
So I was good at word problems.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Well, they still both need to do risk assessments. So the risk assessments are still primary, just the risk assessment changes a little bit. And we have examples of that in our annexes, how to do a shorthanded risk assessment.
Okay.
All right? Like when you're changing shifts, how does someone feel? The risk assessment, one of the methodologies we talk about, is really critical. It's like your self-assessment. How are you feeling? Are you a 1, 100% ready to go? Or you're a 2? About halfway. Or 3, I am dead.
Yeah.
Either physically, emotionally, drained, tired.
All three.
And when you're coming on shifts, that's the assessment that also has to be done.
Right.
Those assessments are critical. So maybe we're going to shorten your shift this time.
Yeah.
And then, when you're building a team, you have to be able to trust the team to step up.
Yeah.
The Navy SEALs do this a lot, man. Hey, listen, I'm not into it. I need to tap out. And then the team is there to recover that person, make those shift adjustments.
Right.
But on the shorthanded, it's the same exact thing. What are you doing to make these assessments? What are you doing to train and practice? What are your procedures when it comes to a jibe? Mm-hmm. If you're going to do a sail change, what are the procedures going to do? Or what are the rules, all right? What are the rules that every boat has?
Right.
All right, when it comes to how you're going to tack, how you're going to jibe, how you're going to depower the boat. And that's the other thing. Are those written down? Are the procedures, and all right, at 25 knots, all right, we put in a reef in the main.
Right.
All right. Now, when it's at 19 and it was 12 earlier and now it's 19, you should be leaning towards depowering the boat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you'll be looking at is setting these procedures to say, hey, listen, you call down below. I know you're sleeping right now, but it's 19 now. And if it goes to 22, 23, we're going to have to, put a reef in. I'm going to need you for that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of coming up on deck and it's like blowing 27, the boat's healing. Well, I didn't want to wake you.
Yeah. Right.
So you set those standing orders, and the book does provide a lot of examples of standing orders. And we've taken examples from the military because the people who contributed are all sailors, both professional, both cruisers, who are also former military.
Right.
And so we take those standing orders that we use in the military, the guidance that was there when there's somebody that's not in command, or the commander goes to sleep, or the commander is just not around. Right. There's general orders which dictate how the boat's going to be operate given certain triggers and conditions. Yeah. And so we provide those as samples for sailors, and also from the wildland firefighters, the guys that run into fires, right?
Right.
Yes, it's risky, but they're trained in how to manage the risk. And that's what has to happen with sailors as well. Yes, you're going to be going into a high-risk environment, correct? Yeah, those high-risk environments, you don't go without training.
Right.
And, we learned that a long time ago when I was, operating right when Afghanistan shot off with all the aid and stuff that was going in there. Mm-hmm. You had hundreds and hundreds of humanitarian efforts going to Afghanistan to save the Afghans.
Right.
Many of them didn't have any, training whatsoever when it comes to how to operate in a war zone.
Yeah.
And they would put this this sticker on their vehicle that said NGO International, whatever on it, and they would think those are bulletproof.
Yeah. Don't shoot at me, please.
Exactly. I'm here to do good. Don't kidnap me.
Yeah. Right. Or press. That was always the big one for me.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it is with sailing. And in my experience, whether you're doing a hostage rescue in Afghanistan or you're going to the Southern Ocean, both are still trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
And so the procedures and everything that goes with that need to be developed with teams. So, you can do your overnight with the ASA 4 or whatever it is and stuff like that.
Right.
But do you understand that, in some of your overnights, you are going to be 6, 7, 3 days from rescue for help, even if it's a small medical emergency, even a basic infection.
Yeah.
And do you have the capability and training to doing that?
Right.
And so that's why, as a safety at sea moderator for U.S. Sailing, that's such a great course to take because you can deal with that. And then you have all the medical courses stuff, which are key. Yeah,
for sure. So riddle me this just as an offshoot, because right now Matt Rutherford is on his own sailing around the Arctic.
Yes, he is. Hey, Matt. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, buddy. Yeah. So, and I know he's famous for saying, his stress level is actually lower because now he doesn't really have to worry about anybody else. He has to worry about himself.
Yeah.
But what's dangerous about that? Because it sounds to me like you might get lax maybe about some things.
No, Max got it hooked up.
Yeah.
So he does a real good job. His boat's set up perfectly. I mean, I saw him spend 8 months getting the boat ready.
Yeah.
He didn't say, he didn't say, hey, what are you doing today, honey? I'm gonna go sail the Arctic.
Yeah, why not?
Seems like a good idea.
Right.
No, so he understands the risk.
Yeah.
All right, he's got a strong boat.
Yeah.
All right, and he's doing his daily maintenance checks, and he has resources on board.
Yep.
He's done it before, so he has the experience, and he knows what to expect. He's got a lot of time up there.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing should really come to him as a surprise.
Right.
And he's prepared for all those eventualities.
Right.
And so actually his practice, his procedures, his experience are all mitigating factors to the higher risk that he's doing. Yeah. So remember, training, policy, procedures, those are all mitigating for risk. And so you can bring a high risk down to a more manageable risk because of those factors.
Now, I come from industry, so I'm used to risk assessments. I'm used to like lockout, tagout procedures where you're classifying
Bingo.
A situation, whether you need the attendant there or you don't. If you reclassify it, you've taken away all the hazards, all that stuff, and it's all written down. It's all check boxes. You know what I mean? That's kind of what you're getting at when you're saying.
And there's 3 different examples in the book on how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bert from Allegiant Sailing, Albert Bossar, he provided his risk assessment. He's got a job very similar to my former job. With something in D.C. Big organization.
Right.
And so he's provided, he's transformed a risk assessment for his team, race team, and what the risk looks like. There's another one that the Coast Guard uses. We use the Coast Guard one in there, and there's a third one that we use for the Ministry of Sailing's developed for Patriot Sailing Program. So there's multiple risk assessments in there for people to utilize on their own, and it should be part of your safety briefing.
Right.
What is the risk we're going to be facing? Like one of the big ones is in the winter, or in the spring or fall. People give safety briefings, but very rarely do they tell you the temperature of the water.
Right.
And then say, okay, in this temperature of water, you're going to lose mobility in 15 minutes.
Right.
So in a man overboard drill, this is what you're going to have to be doing to keep yourself warm.
Yeah.
And then the expectations is if it takes 15 minutes to get to the person in the water, well, first of all, stay on the deck.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
The likelihood of that person being able to help themselves out of the water is going to be very, very low. And so now let's talk about the training. Like you've done the old throw the hat overboard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
Rescue
my man overboard drill is a hat or a life vest or something going over. And
well, that's phase 1.
Yeah.
So phase 1 of a man overboard drill is a boat maneuverability problem. Phase 2 is attaching the person who's in the water to the boat.
Yep.
And then phase 3 is how are you going to take a person with very limited mobility and get them back on your boat? So what's everybody say? Oh, we got the swim platform.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Now imagine 6 and 7 foot heaving seas, and you got a person by there. Yeah, you're going to crush that one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what are your procedures, and how do you do that? So I would venture to propose that a man overboard drill is not completed until you take a weighted something out of the water and you understand how to do it on your vessel.
Yep.
Now, whether that's the boom, whether that's the halyard, whether that's the main sheet, whatever it's going to be,
right?
If be prepared not to get that out. Which brings up something new we're doing. You want to know what we're doing?
What's that?
You know how look at the boats over here. Like half of them got like stand-up paddle boards on them.
Oh yeah.
Stand-up paddle boards work great to help get people out of the water. So we're actually developing procedures for that now too. Yeah. So that'll be coming out in fall. No, just how to use it.
Yeah.
Just how to use it. Like imagine a couple couldn't get somebody out of the water.
Yeah.
Well, if they have an inflatable board, now you have them out of the water, and you're providing time for more assistance.
Okay. I was going to say, like, it's almost like a stretcher.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I was figuring maybe you could rig like a netting underneath it to lift the whole thing up.
So if I were to recommend one, I would recommend the red board, which has the lifeguard safety ones, because it has harness points on them where you can attach and pick them up. So use the option. And they're like 13 feet long. They float 3 people. If you're going to buy one, buy 2. Make one of them a rescue. If you have man overboard, that's part of the procedures. Tie it on, because even a person with limited mobility is going to have the ability to crawl onto that.
Yeah. Now, riddle me this, and I thought about this once before. You don't want to deploy your life raft until everyone has to get in it. But if you're in a situation where you can't get somebody on board, is there a way to use a standard like life raft to get somebody just out of the water?
That's also going to be difficult.
Okay.
Well, actually, my next YouTube's coming out this month is going to be how hard it is to get into a life raft, because it's almost hard.
Okay.
All right. So I wouldn't necessarily say that in every situation you don't want to deploy the life raft until you have to use it.
Right.
Because a life raft does provide greater visibility for people that are searching for you.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things in that. What I would tell you is if you do deploy your life raft, do make sure that you tie that painter off very, very close to the boat. Because in heavy seas, current, and wind, you might not be able to get to that life raft without swimming. And then you got to make sure that if that is the case, you clip in to that painter to get to that life raft. Don't swim for it.
See, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for the aircraft slide.
There you go. You fly too much. The aircraft.
All you got to do is jump. You're sliding into it. There you go.
It's kind of funny you say that. All right, here's a segue. You ready for this one? I read all of those safety things, right?
Yeah.
And I'll send you a photo after this on Southwest Airline.
Yeah.
I'm reading their safety thing.
Yeah.
And they show the people in the water.
Oh yeah.
All their life jackets. Their people are in the water. They're all standing waist deep in water. It's like,
I don't know about that.
So if they have any questions, ask the flight attendant. Ask them. And so I'll point out, excuse me, ma'am, but if this guy's standing in the water, why does he need the life? And she looks, he goes, he's standing in the water.
He's not getting flapped in the face by waves and spray and everything else.
Yeah. Once again, approved by the FAA, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So the safety on boats are critical, and it's most unfortunate, but people aren't using infographics like that airline card on their boats.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone to do it, because then anybody can do the safety briefing. All right, here's where the first aid kit is. Here's the fire extinguishers, and it's all have those chart printed out. And we steal that from. I heard somebody say today, I don't want to do a podcast with Shafer. He's a racer.
Oh, right.
I mean, seriously, right? My reply is, does the boat know?
Yeah, exactly.
Only the boat knows.
Yeah, right.
Right. So, but the idea is if we use those other industry skills, just what I did with the book, right?
Yeah.
And how, we don't have to reinvent something.
Right.
But and so we can inject that, and then your first mate or somebody else can give the safety briefing, because it's always the same. Here's what it is, right? Here's all the equipment, and have that card. I have mine Velcroed to the head.
Okay.
So when people are sitting down right in front of the door, it's like, there's a safety brief.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Command audience.
You need something to read. Something to read. Here you go.
Here you go. So
make sure it's laminated in the bathroom, though.
Yeah. So a while back, this is 10 plus years ago, I wrote an article for Spin Sheet based on like my experience as a manufacturing professional in industry, all the dumb safety videos we had to watch that were made in the 80s and whatever. I did a whole article about that, and it had like risk assessments, all that stuff. But one of the things I pointed out that I don't ever really at that time see is also safety in the boatyard.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I'm at a yacht club, and we have a bar, and we have a fire pit, and we do a lot of drinking, and there's a lot of step ladders and sketchy ladders going up on boats that are 8 feet off the ground, and grass that's not even. My wife just broke her foot because she had one dog go this way, one dog go that way, and there was a divot in the ground that she fell.
It's the dog's fault.
Just both the dog's fault. That's exactly right. But I think that's an overlooked part of the whole scheme, because you are definitely focusing on that on the water. But
Boatyards?
race teams are doing a lot of maintenance. They're doing projects. They're in a boatyard. They're, even if they've got a keel that's 10 feet long, they're 12 feet in the air all the time.
No, I'm on a boat. I was on a boat yesterday. It's like, it's like we got a 9. What's our draft? Like, we're building this for a U.S. Patriot sailing, right? Far 40. We're putting a putting a TP-52 bowsprit on it.
That's crazy. But
yeah, we're insane. But I'm 16 feet up.
Yeah.
And every time I'm going up and on that ladder, like I did it like I think 14 or 15 times yesterday. Like 1, 2. It's going to be even. I didn't stay up there, so.
If you go up the mast, you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
But not just tooling around. You know
Well,
what I mean?
it's interesting. So every country's different.
Yeah.
Even if you're a boat owner, and in Australia, and if your boat's in the yard, you have to take a safety course, and you have to have a white card even to walk in there saying you've taken this course and you understand the risks.
Right.
Yeah. Boatyard safety is let's just say it's uneven.
Yeah.
I mean,
just like the ground you're working on.
I mean, when I do, you'll never see me on a race. Well, you might, but it depends on the boat. It is very rare you see me step on a boat without a helmet.
Oh, wow.
At least on my bag.
Yeah.
And depending on the boat, depending on the conditions, whenever I go up a mast, got the helmet on.
Yeah.
For 2 reasons. Number one, it protects my skull, but you know, it holds a GoPro.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
I got free hands. I can do everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it looks cool for some.
Well, and helmets I think are overlooked definitely for the cruising population. They're not thinking about helmets.
Oh no, I love the people. They have the hard shackles, the snap shackles on their sheets. Forward, clipped into the clew. Yeah. Go up foredeck on that and take a couple metal pieces in the teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
You people need to understand soft shackles are the way to go.
Oh yeah. Definitely, for sure.
Don't buy them. Spend an afternoon and learn how to make them yourself.
Just in real life, we had to get up in an attic at an old church, and the maintenance guy there, we're like, is there a ladder so we can get all our equipment up there? And he gets up there, he's like, yeah, here's the thing. And he throws it down, and it's got like an 8-inch metal clip on the bottom of it. And he just threw it down you know what I mean? Bonk. Yeah, and we're just both standing there looking like that would have been somebody in the head if we were standing right there. You know what I mean? So.
Well, he would have prayed about it. He probably would have healed you.
Maybe. But even just walking over here, they're working on this warehouse next door. And they've got it all cordoned off, and it's all safe.
Exactly.
But they're up there chiseling bricks away, and it's just falling down. It's cordoned off, so that's good. But
you're exactly right. I remember the story. I was working for a big corporation in D.C., big international one, right? And we had to sign a waiver to go into the gym to use the gym.
Yeah.
And I went to our legal officer and said, I got a question for you. He's like, yeah, what is it? I says, so in order for our staff to go use the gym, they have to sign a waiver. He's like, yeah. I says, but we send people to Afghanistan. We don't have them sign a waiver.
Yeah.
And there's this long pause. And you can see the lawyer going through it. He's like, oh, Shafer.
Gears are turning. Yeah.
He's like, Shafer, oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, they signed that one at the door when they came in.
Try not to die,
Yeah, exactly.
Just put the sticker on there. We told you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I had to get the book out of my head, just because, we train people in all kinds of safety, right? Mm-hmm. We train them in safety. All right, we train them on how to use a winch. Mm-hmm. We train people how to hoist a sail. If you're a racer, you know how to do a peel. Cruisers don't know what that is.
I have no idea what that is.
So that's when you have you have 2 slots in your foil in the front of your sail.
Okay, yeah.
And say you're in a 150.
Yeah.
Say you're running a 135 Genoa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you want to put up a 110.
Yeah.
You slide the 110 on the inside on your second halyard on the inside, and then you drop
the other one.
The other one behind it, so you're
Okay.
never bareheaded. That's a peel.
That's peel. All right.
All right, that's a free tip for all the cruisers
There
that
you
are
go.
out there.
There you go.
Right.
Sweet.
So we teach all these people these skills, but what do we teach about leadership? What do we
Right.
teach on how to be a leader?
Right.
Now, I used to be a screamer.
Yeah.
You talk people, some of the harbors runner, Shafer he was an idiot.
Yeah.
There were times where
He was an MFer.
yeah, he was. And that had a negative impact on my crew. And the crew were not going out to have that kind of experience.
Yeah.
All right, so I went through training.
Yeah.
And I figured it out. And I talked to a lot of people. And I listened to a lot of pros.
Yeah.
And then we came up with what I call the 4 rules of teamwork on the boat. And rule number 1, also in the book, is keep people in the boat.
Yeah.
And that's about giving people the skills and resources to do their jobs.
Right.
That's your job as a skipper. Rule number 2 is keep water out of the boat. That's all the maintenance stuff that you need to do on the boat. All right, work as a team. Those are the procedures. Everything else that you do for every tack, every job, every sail set, every putting it out, put it down, anchoring, everything. It's like giving them the tools to do the job the right way.
Yeah.
Rule number 3 is don't hit anybody. That's conflict management. That's how you treat people, right? And then rule number 4 is look good doing it. And rule number 4 is really about don't be selfish.
Right.
Be congratulatory and be forgiving.
Yeah.
Have the ability to skip or say, all right, that was a mistake. Let's correct that mistake. Now, these are the things we'd like to see you do. These are the things you probably want to work on.
Yeah.
And, hey, that was really good. I saw you do that. Keep that up. That's really good behavior, right? So that rule 4 is it's all about the team. It's about the boat. It's not about your individual effort.
Right.
And that's what builds team together. You're in there together.
Yeah.
And then my dad used to always say, well, the skipper's the last one who crosses the finish line.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
It's the team finishes first. The skipper doesn't do it. The team finishes, right?
Right.
The skipper's the last one at the destination because he's the one who gets off, right?
Yeah.
So it's a team effort. So building these types of infectious attitudes for people on the boat so everybody goes out and has a great time is what it's really about. So if you have a screamer on your boat, this is a great Christmas gift because it helps them not to be a screamer.
Yeah.
I mean, and the same as with whispering. There's no whispering on the boat. We talked about.
Yeah.
So the book actually will tell people to set expectations, to manage risk, and so everyone's on the same page. Like, do you use marriage savers? You know those.
I do not. My boat's not big enough.
But you know, you can yell.
I know what they are. Yeah, I can yell. It's only 20 feet from the back or it's a 30-foot boat, but from the cabin top to the front is only like 20 feet.
So you know why those are really invented, right?
Why is that?
It's usually so a guy could swear at his wife
Well,
without everybody knowing
about it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I've seen some great dockings.
Right, exactly. I bet.
You know how there's normally in a marina you see a boat coming in and what's a good thing to do, right? Everybody gets out to help with their lines, right?
Yeah.
You ever seen the guy when he's coming to the marina? You seen everybody run,
Yeah, exactly. I'm running away.
putting on the marriage savers. Everyone run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here we go. Oh man,
Yeah.
get that bow thruster going.
Exactly.
Docking without divorce. I think we have a
Oh,
friend.
Kate does that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Captain Boomies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Captain Boomies.
She's undercover. She's got a great class, docking without divorcing.
Yeah. I think there's a Zoom maybe somewhere in the annals of the Upper Chesapeake sailing group.
That'd be awesome.
Archived somewhere.
Archived.
Yeah. She's off in Florida somewhere doing some powerboat and stuff. So do you go over like actual kit or codes or like things that you need to have? Do you like get into that in the book? Or
Well, no, I don't go into that because, if you want to know what safety stuff you have to have in your boat, just go take a safety at sea course from U.S. Sailing because that's going to go through everything.
Okay.
And not only that, the safety at sea course is not that expensive.
Yeah.
But if you and your team, like if you're couples on a boat, you both have that, you're going to get a discount on it through your insurance.
Yeah.
So it actually will pay for itself in the 5 years that it's valid for.
Yeah.
But you learn so much from the moderators that are there. I mean, 90% of the people, I think, who have life rafts on their boats have never gotten into life rafts, and they've never entered from the water, and they don't know why. Or they don't even know what's inside the life raft.
Right. Yeah.
So it's important to understand your safety equipment, the procedures, and how to use it and practice it.
So where do you? Because that's not necessarily like the STCW, is it? That's
no,
like
it is not
level.
the ST. Yeah.
This is a lower level.
They're two separate requirements.
Okay.
So the STCW is for, or WC watchkeeping is for usually commercial entities. But the safety at sea started after the Fastnet race back in 1979, and they realized that we needed to step up the bar when it comes to procedures and training people on what to do in safety, because there are people abandoned ship during the '79 Fastnet.
Right.
They found the boat. The boat was fine.
They didn't find.
They never found the people.
Exactly.
Or the life raft.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And so then it was decided that the training needs to occur, and in association with the Cruising Yacht Club of America, I think. Tri-Sail Storm and U.S. Sailing and the Naval Academy, they created the safety at sea.
Okay.
And then World Sailing picked that up as part of the requirements.
So that's not part of like an ASA class either. That's
Absolutely not.
Separately.
Yeah.
So where do you get that?
So if you go to U.S. Sailing, U.S. Sailing has the safety at sea certificate. There's a couple. There's the international certificate is required for some offshore sailing races.
Okay.
But there's also a complete online portion that you can just take online, and that's available.
Okay.
And I think there was some specials going on U.S. Sailing right now. You join U.S. Sailing and you get like some of them for free at different levels. So you get all of that. So I think that's critical for anybody to understand that. But that's only the online. But absolutely do the in the water certificate one, because you learn so much. The feedback is just great.
Locally, where can you do that here?
So locally, usually the Naval Academy has in the past done it, and now it's being done by the Maryland Trades Association.
Okay.
So they'll have that.
Yeah.
But you can travel anywhere to do it. I highly recommend finding a place that does it in Florida and take your boat down to Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Or just fly into the islands. And
Yeah.
There you go.
Fly.
I got to do this safety thing, man.
Rumor is there's going to be one in St. Thomas this year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be one in St. Thomas, so I
Stay
highly
tuned.
recommend that one.
Stay tuned for the Ministry of Sailing for that one, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we don't. So I'm only a moderator. I don't provide that course. Other people do that. I'm the moderator. I'm one of the 18 moderators, U.S. Sailing, that provides that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you get to do that? You just stick your nose in it?
I don't know. You raise your hand one too many times.
Exactly. You say yes when you shouldn't.
Yeah. No, but hey, listen. I've got a lot of experience in training. I have a lot of experience in high-risk operations, and so it just was a natural fit for me to volunteer back into the community, give back to the community in such a way that we could advance safety for everybody and every sailor.
Is there a power boating contingent?
I think the power boating. I think there's a power squadron that does something similar.
Okay. I was going to say if there's an equivalent for just power boaters, because power boaters don't care what a halyard is so much.
Listen, I'll go power boating too. I'm from a lake in Wisconsin. I've done my share of power boarding.
Well, a friend of mine, when he was in between jobs, he took a crew spot, like a volunteer crew spot, for somebody that was delivering something probably like that thing over there, like a 50-foot power yacht of some kind, from the Chesapeake down to Florida in the fall.
Yeah.
And he had to get off after like 3 weeks. He's like, they just didn't know how to run the boat. They spent half the time just sitting in marinas when they could have been out making tracks. They didn't tell him anything about what his responsibilities were. He just had to like sit at the helm for the couple hours when they were sleeping or whatever.
Oh, there you go. So he just did anchor watches.
Pretty much.
There you go.
And but he was just so disorganized, it bugged the hell out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, that's a symptom of leadership, right? So imagine having an emergency, how that was going to.
Oh yeah. Right.
And that's the thing.
And that was a credit card captain situation.
Oh yeah, I love credit card captains. I got a credit card reader.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take that. I'll say yes. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunities for people to get with good skippers. I know some guys that are doing deliveries. I tell people all the time on my YouTube channel, if you want to go and want some experience, I don't charge.
Yeah.
Come with me. I'll train you.
Yeah.
You come. I'll do a delivery with 5 or 6 people on the boat. Because it's a safer way to operate, and I love training people and giving them the offshore experience.
Right.
And most of the time, we set it and forget it. Let's go. Like we just did 6 days back from Bermuda. That was not bad. Oh, what was it? 4 days, 4.5, 5 days we did. Yeah,
On what?
one tack. I was in Italia, 1298.
Oh, wow.
We went about 150. There was a low pressure, so I didn't want to smash into it, so we just ran with it.
Yeah.
And we tacked over and called the ley line from 600 miles. One tack all the way into Chesapeake Bay. And as soon as you get in the bay, the wind stopped.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Then we ran into possibly a fuel problem, but we did some air refueling. Yeah, we did air refueling.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I'm telling you, here's the work.
Yeah.
I was like, we were just like south of Harrington. It's like, man, we got 2% of fuel left, and I don't think we're going to make it to Harrington North.
Yeah.
I did a Facebook post on
Really?
one of the docks. I need fuel. I said, just somebody grab 2 jugs of fuel and bring it out to me. And they did. We did
Wow.
air refueling. We
That's
ended up
sweet.
in Annapolis. I gave them 2 empties. They gave me 2 full. It
Perfect.
threw them some money.
Nice.
Might be the first air refuel. So I'm telling you, that's what's great about the Chesapeake Bay community. A sailor was in need. Now somebody's like, "I'll do it for $500." I said, that's an opportunist.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm sure you would.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't do it for $500?
Yeah. I'll anchor and swim before I pay you $500.
Exactly. I'll beach this thing and walk to the gas station and turn around and walk back.
Exactly.
It's right there. I can see it.
Gas cans cost $20. You know what I mean?
No. They don't.
Yeah.
The gas can costs 2 cents.
2 cents.
The nozzle costs
Costs
$80.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Especially the no spill one.
Oh, exactly. The can doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, exactly. Now the fuel in it costs $100.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's nuts. Yeah, I almost got in trouble in Bermuda, so.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want to talk about that? No.
Yeah, I'll say it.
So, you kind of mentioned in the book whether everything ranges from a novice to like a pro.
Yeah.
And everybody's got like a specific job on the boat. Maybe assigned by skill, but maybe not. Like, how do you handle that, and what are the different positions? Because I know you talk about mid-bow and bow and this and that. Like,
Well,
I'm not a racer, so I can kind of get a sense of
Well,
it. But
well, first of all, the boat's not about racing. I just happen to be a person who prefers racing.
Yeah.
The positions don't make much of a difference. I think the book is really about how to be a leader and show the concern for your crew, have the right safety things, but not only that, not to be a jerk.
Right.
I mean, our sailing community is struggling. We don't need any more jerks out there. We got plenty.
Yeah.
I might be one of them, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
But how is it that we can put leadership skills together that when people are on the boats with good leaders, it exemplifies that. I mean, you don't have a screamer all the time. Like we talk in the book about the fluidity of leadership. All right. When you're at a very low risk, you might use a leadership style that might be more coaching to coach those people that don't have the experience, right?
Yeah.
But in a high risk area, you're going to be in a little more command and control on your mind, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's when you're going to be more authoritative. I need you to do this, and this.
Right.
But it's during those lower times when you're in the coaching that you train him the procedures for the high risk.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, and also when you start screaming on the boat, it adds stress level, number one.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else stops what they're doing. And you don't want that to happen either.
Yeah.
And then, when I do corrective, I help people with corrections. It's like, okay, that mistake we made? Yep. And so I'll turn around and it's like, okay, we're going to drop that right there in the water.
Yeah.
It's going that way.
Yeah.
And we're going that way. Let's
right.
move forward. All right.
Yeah,
Take your eyes off that. Let's go forward.
Yep.
Let's learn from it and go again. And so I use a lot of images like that where people say, that's gone. We're forward. We're good to go.
Because on the converse of it, like you're talking a lot about leadership, but you also need compliant crew that are maybe or maybe not competent, but are willing to take
it's rule 4. That's right. Look good doing it. It's part of the team, right?
Yeah.
You are part of the team. You're removing your selfishness away from that, right? Your ego. It's not about you anymore.
Right.
It's not about, I've done this. It's like you are part of a team that's moving that way, and we're going to do it together. All right, so being able to remove that selfishness away from individuals, it's not about them. It's just about what the team is doing. That really builds a cohesive team that has a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
Even after stress.
Yeah. Because a friend of mine did the Annapolis to Bermuda race a couple years ago, and I really, in my early sailing, I didn't even really think about it, other than the occasional like Coast Guard courtesy check or whatever. But a lot of the rallies have like this big safety inspection, and you got to kind of have somebody on board inspecting your boat and doing all that. Like, how does that fit into your plan? Like,
oh, absolutely, it does. Because, all right, so, on my YouTube channel, I a lot of people think I give a lot of opinion about safety, but
right.
I don't.
yeah.
I use the world sailing offshore special regulations.
Right.
I got 1,000 years of experts that say what the standards are. All right.
Right.
And so in those rallies and in those races, there are requirements based on the type of sailing that are recommended. And, I did the safety inspection for Annapolis to Bermuda, I think the last 2 years.
Okay.
And so we put together these requirements based on what the conditions and the potential threats are going to be. We're mitigating risk. Right. And then we just audit, make sure that those people have those in place and they know how to use them. Right. And so that's what we do. So yeah, absolutely. That way we don't point to opinion.
Right.
I never do it that way. Oh, this is the way I do it. Yeah, fantastic. It's like the guy who gets on the boat, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Shafe, I'm here to go sailing with you. It's like, all right, well, the first thing I'm going to need you to do is put on your shoes. He's like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
I always sail barefoot.
That's a big one for me.
You've always done it wrong.
Well, I always have closed-toe sandals or whatever because I've stubbed my toe one too many times. And I remember, I think it was Expedition Evans. She took the boat out on her own one time early on, and something happened up front, and she let go of the wheel, and she literally vaulted across the deck in bare feet, over the cradle where the life raft's supposed to be, and she could have face planted 10 different ways to Sunday or slipped or whatever, just being too quick, being in a panic, being barefoot, the whole 9 yards. And I think I commented on the video, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what that's the thing. It's like it's not about you cutting your foot. It's about everybody else's experience have to deal with that now.
Oh yeah.
Now you are the center of all the drama on the boat, and boats with drama. Nobody intended to take you to the emergency room today.
Yeah. Exactly.
All the planning it does to go sailing, and all the things that go. One stub toe, one broken toe. You're not on the team because selfishly you decided to. Oh, I don't wear shoes.
Not only is your position empty, now somebody else is taking care of you. That's two more people that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Well, we had that.
You know what I mean?
We had that saying before. I'd have to give security briefings for people when they have to go to high threat areas, right?
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll get the, Shafe, you don't understand. I've been there before, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's right. That new bomb in Afghanistan only kills people that are there for the first time.
That's right, yeah.
I was like, no, I'm a smart traveler. Oh, they got that one, too.
Yeah,
the bomb that only kills dumb people.
Yeah, right.
Likelihood and impact. Wrong place, wrong time. Stuff happens. Things break. Understanding loads.
Right,
that's the other thing, now that we brought that up. I think most or often sailors don't understand the loads that these sails and booms are under. And they place themselves in positions where there's pinch points or if something breaks or lets go, they're gonna have a really rude awakening. I mean, I was with training the other day, and I was with a couple that have been training for 30 years, and one of the persons on the boat just kept grabbing a line in their bare hand and then opening the clutch without taking a wraparound. And 3 or 4 times the individual was able to do that without a bad occurrence, and I just had to stop and say, listen, whether this is on load or not, all right, you need to build a better procedure before you open that clutch, because you're going to have that rope in your hand one day, and it's going to feel loose all nice here. You're going to open that clutch, whoop, and all your flesh is going to be halfway up the mast, and you're going to be screaming, and it's going to be a very uncomfortable week for you.
Well, especially.
So procedures are so good. Understanding pinch points, understand your fingers, understand where those loads are. Travelers, don't stand between traveler and the force.
And you don't have nice little placards telling you.
We'll do it on race boats. You'll see that a lot. Like if you look at the clipper boats, you see where those loads are for their check stays, their back stays, or everything, and there's a big no-go hazard sign there. They call it Glasgow. You know how they call it Glasgow?
Why is it?
It's nice to move through, but you don't want to stay there. Stay out of Glasgow. I can say that because my Brit friend told me that.
Yeah, there you go.
And, hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If cruisers dislike racers, Is that racist?
It is racist.
You see, isn't there enough love for everybody?
Buddy. Exactly.
Come on.
It's not that I don't think cruisers hate racers. It's that they view racers as like a club that they can't get into.
Well, they can. So it's kind of funny you say that, because there's a lot of angst on the water. You ever notice that?
Yeah,
I love this one. Well, a powerboat waked us.
Yeah.
The guy's like in a passport. It's like,
Yeah.
ocean-going vessel
got waked.
Got waked in it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So that angst between sailboaters and powerboaters, right?
Yeah.
The only worst angst is the cruisers and racers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it they don't get red hats that say monkey?
I think that's what it is. They don't get the free swag.
Maybe it's the booze companies.
Could be. Well, I've always wanted to go to Annapolis on a Wednesday night and go racing. I just never can because I'm always too busy doing other shit.
If it's important to you, there's always time.
There's always time, exactly. I got
Jeff,
you.
let's get you out there.
Yeah, we'll have to do that now that I'm at least working halfway down here.
Yeah.
I can be in Annapolis by 4:30, 5 o'clock. It should be.
You have any sick days?
I got one or two maybe.
All right.
Right now I'm covering them because my wife's got her broken foot and I got to take her to her doctor's appointment.
And you're walking the dogs now.
And I'm walking the dogs.
There
exactly.
you go.
So, talk about that as far as non-sailors.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't think that happens on race boats too often, but on cruising boats, it happens all the time.
You kidding me? No, bring people on all the time. All the time.
People have no clue. Like, I remember when I first brought a friend who didn't have any boating experience on my boat and basically did the 5-minute, like, look, if I tell you to jump, jump. If I tell you to stay put, stay put. This is what is happening, on the boat.
All right. I'm not going to talk about racers and cruisers. All right. I'm going to tell you this. Your sailing experience will either be enhanced or degraded based upon the leadership on the boat.
Yeah.
All right. It's about the leader and the team. If you have a good team builder, you have a good leader, you're going to have a great experience on the boat.
Yeah.
You have a good educator, going to tell you how to do stuff, you're going to have a good experience on the boat. All right.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend for people to find out those good leaders,
Yeah.
those people that want to train, those people that want people to get on the water,
Right.
people that understand that sailing just may or may not be a dying sport. We need to get people out there.
Yeah.
And this book will help people be better leaders, to manage risk, to set expectations, and bring people home safely at night.
Yeah, and have a good time.
And have a good time doing it. Absolutely.
Because that's, I think, a lot of people miss the fun.
Absolutely. Rule number 4, have fun doing it. Look good, have fun doing it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Give a team an identity.
Yeah.
Everybody has a sense of belonging. You want to be part of something.
Right, yeah.
And the angst happens exactly what you said, when they're not part of it.
Part of it, yeah.
So it's not necessarily about going racing. I don't care what kind of leader it is. You got a good skipper, likes to turn, get on that boat.
Yeah.
And if he's a good skipper, he's going to say, yeah, come on, we'll have fun. There's
Right.
always room for one more.
And he's going to buy drinks at the end.
Well, hopefully. Oh, you want to get on a boat? Bring some Heineken.
Yeah, exactly.
Heineken Zero.
Heineken Zero, there you go. You can't be drinking when you're on watch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's frowned upon.
Yeah. Maybe at the end when you're having the after party.
Well, there's the old saying, we don't drink on the boat while we're racing.
Yeah.
People race faster when there's beer at the finish line.
Exactly. Right. Perfect. All right. So tell me, where are we getting this book?
Okay, ministryofsailing.com.
Right.
It's hard to believe, but if you search Ministry of Sailing, I don't care what method, it comes up number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that nice? And so just go to the store, and you click on it. I have 3 books on there. This is the last one. Is Safety is Second.
Okay.
And then if you go to the store, you can click and buy some Try Not to Die swag.
Okay.
All right, so it's there. So ministryofsailing.com.
Right. What are the other 2
click
books?
on it. Oh, the other one is the Rescue Swimmer Manual. So how to be a sailing rescue swimmer.
We talked about last time.
And then the other one is, actually, I put it out also this year. It came out. It is a regatta risk management manual.
Oh, okay.
And that's one of the new programs we're doing, is doing simulated exercises and scenario-based exercises in yacht clubs around the country.
Okay.
On how they can practice crisis in a regatta.
Wow.
All right, before they actually have the regatta.
Yeah,
So we take them through scenario-based exercises. That's the same thing we used to do in my old job, when we used to do scenario-based exercises based on kidnaps for corporations, on how to manage the risk, and how to manage a crisis. So what we've done is we've taken that that crisis management scenario from kidnapping,
Yeah.
and we turned it into regatta
management.
but it still works out the same because the outcomes are the same. The crisis doesn't make a difference. You still have the same outcomes in the things that you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So where can we find you other than that? Are you doing
On the water somewhere?
You're putting a YouTube out soon?
Yeah, I got another YouTube coming out with lifeboats. Be at the New York Yacht Club's Safe Harbor.
Okay.
So I'll be up racing there. Then BVI's, mid-hurricane season.
Yeah.
Picking up a boat from the BVI's and putting it in the Bahamas mid-hurricane.
There you go.
That's gonna cost
Why not?
that's gonna cost the owner hurricane
Yeah.
season. What else? Got a couple speaking engagements too and book promotions. Other than that, you'll see me on the water somewhere.
So if a well-to-do yacht club has the money to bring you in and do a
Well,
talk, what are you talking about?
So here, are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Here's how much I believe in the community.
Yeah.
I don't charge for that.
Oh, okay.
They charge, and the money goes to the yacht club.
Yacht
So
club.
they charge for the scenario-based exercises.
Okay.
The yacht club keeps the money, and
Nice.
we want this format to work around the country and around the world. We're working on setting up in Australia now.
Yeah.
All right, so that the yacht club in a region will host a seminar for all its yacht clubs, and we take people through the scenario-based exercise. And all they got to do is buy the book, because the book is a quick reference guide for any yacht club.
Right.
Now, the difference in the crisis management book is, every yacht club has an emergency action plan.
Yeah.
An emergency action plan is the lower line, no decision making, do this if that happens. CPR,
Yeah.
here's a Band-Aid, call 911.
Right.
But there's some incidents that have leadership decision making on it, and that's what this book does, is it preps people. Like the time to practice a crisis management exercise. This is not in the middle of a crisis. So that's what we do is we come in through yacht clubs and we take through some scenarios, and the role playing works out really good. We did it before the Annapolis to Newport race, and we've done it a couple other races too.
Okay.
So it works out really well.
Sweet.
You get experts.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you very much for sitting at Pusser's. We didn't tell everybody we're sitting on the deck at Pusser's Landing.
We're at Pusser's Landing in Baltimore.
Yeah, having some painkillers.
Do you know I've had minimal experience in Baltimore?
Really?
This is like maybe the 5th time I've ever been to Baltimore by car.
By car? Wow.
No, probably 30 times by boat.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't get here.
Like, I got to go through a tunnel? Wait a minute.
I was like, oh, I have to go through a tunnel?
Yeah, exactly.
That freaks me out, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'm the opposite. I've only been here by boat once, and I've been here by car a
Oh,
million
there
times,
you go.
So, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Well, Jeff, hey, thank you so much. I really
man,
appreciate it.
Take care, man. Thanks for stopping
All right.
by.
Shaka bra.
Everybody go to ministryofsailing.com. Is that what it is? And check all this stuff out and get yourself some swag.
Absolutely.
Try not to die, man.
You're safer with Shafer. See you later.
See you, man. Peace.
And it's no late now. No late now, no more. Well, I play the
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast brought to you by theescapepods.com. I really hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, make sure you leave a review, like and share, and tell all of your sailing friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or your favorite podcast aggregator. If you would like to support the show, you can become a patron over at www.patreon.com/Jeffrey Wettig. If you pledge $2 a show or more, I'll be sure to send you a great Sail On t-shirt. For show notes, links, photos, social media, and more, head over to our website, www.theescapepods.com. While there, stop by our links and affiliates page for links to our friends and other great sailing media that we enjoy. You can also purchase sailing vocabulary lessons from Franz from over at the Sailing in the Mediterranean and Beyond podcast. The intro music is a song called Never Tell, done by yours truly, an old friend of mine, Greg Young. He was the drummer in an early 90s hardcore band I managed called The Incoherents. You can find them on iTunes, Amazon, and other music sharing sites. If you would like a copy of that song, you will have to email me. Break Music is a song called Wild Winds of Misfortune, written by Leo DeSanto of the Lancaster, PA-based band Vinegar Creek Constituency, and is used by permission. The song is performed by Lancaster, PA-based Celtic rock band and friends of mine, the Ogham Stones. The music for this call to action is a live cover of The Wild Rover as performed by the Ogham Stones at McCleary's Pub in Marietta, Pennsylvania back in 2014. If you have questions or comments, or you have show ideas, make sure to write us at theescapepods@gmail.com. Sail on, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Molly Winans from Spin Sheet Magazine, and you are listening to Shooting the Breeze from theescapepods.com.
This is Captain Jeffrey Wettig.
And Jeffrey's better half, Nora Segel-Wettig.
And Chris Smoker.
You're listening to the Shooting the Breeze podcast on theescapepods.com. Sail on, brother.